Hi, Dr. Rudy Cashman. Welcome to the show today. And this is a continuing series that I'm having speak about preventing, stopping, reversing diabetes. Really, what I've done, declared war on diabetes. I am motivated that we stop this epidemic. It has 30 to 50 diseases attached to it. They can be prevented. They can be prevented. And I'm determined to do it. I don't think the government will do it. I don't think the medical school will do it. I think we, the citizens, are going to have to step up to bat and do it and join me, become a soldier in my army, and use different groups that are working towards this. I'm happy to say some churches are stepping up to bat and I already speak in them, and they have cooking classes, and they have some success, yes. And the Martin Luther King Foundation, you wouldn't believe this. I'm still riding on a cloud, asked me to be the main speaker on January the 20th at the Grant Wayne Center, and they want the subject to be diabetes. Would you believe it? But I'll tell you right off the bat, diabetes does not just affect the black community. It affects the white community, the Asian community, the Hispanic community, the South American community, some at a higher rate than others, no doubt about it. But there's no race that's free of it, except a few primitive tribes who ate mainly products of nature. They're still eating that, and they almost have no diabetes, okay? Now there's type 1 and type 2. Let me explain the difference. Type 1 is where you have no insulin. Insulin takes, if this is a cell, and these are the receptors, insulin takes sugar, hits these receptors, and sends the energy, the sugar, into the cell, makes ATP. We need it. You don't have that, you wouldn't be alive. Okay, that's type 1 diabetes. Any reason for that? The incidence of which in the young people, type 1, is not that common. But there are a lot of type 1s now because type 2s, where you have too much insulin, become type 1s, suppose the pancreas gets sick and tired of secreting the insulin, gets sugar in there to make energy, and making us gain weight, and it finally dies, and then the type 2s become type 1s also. So 90% of type 1s now are type 2, okay? And so I have declared war on it, okay? I wrote a book by that. It just went on Amazon just a few days ago, okay? This is not a cover of the book, but I just want you to see this. I'm serious about this, okay? I'm serious about this. But there'll be a book on Amazon, and you can prevent, stop, reverse type 2 diabetes the majority of the time. And if we can avoid those 30 to 50 illnesses, which include dementia, strokes, heart attacks, blindness, retinal disease, huge amount of dental disease, infections, and teeth fall out. Almost all dental disease is due to sugar, okay? And we need to educate people more about it, get them brushing their teeth twice a day at least, starting at a very young age. Needs to be, I hardly ever see anything on television about it. Why isn't the Dental Society pushing it? Maybe they're pushing it a little bit in the schools, but I think we need to see more about it on TV. On TV, all we ever see is medications for diabetes, which are caused by sugar problems, which cause dental disease. But we must participate in the health care too. You know, I found an interesting book. I'd like you to have a look at this, or at least watch him on TV. Joseph Kraft, Diabetes Epidemic in You. Should everyone be tested? Absolutely not. only those concerned about their future or your children's future. Okay, here it is. Published 2006. You can read it in about a night or two, okay? And you can see him on YouTube, Joseph Kraft, K-R-A-F-T, on YouTube. He's 92 years old, speaking with Dr. Cummings. And he said, when will medicine ever change, the world ever change, and realize that we could prevent most of these illnesses? These cathedrals of hospitals we have could be about cut in half at least, okay? Yet we're building more and more and more. Some are even charging too much. Did you read the paper in the last few weeks? Mm-hmm. Unbelievable charges. They're building more hospitals and more centers and good things, you would think, too. Paths in nature fought for fitness. These are good things. Exercise is a good thing. But I hate to tell you, only about 5% of the people exercise regularly. That will not solve the problem. It's a good thing. I'm for it. I'm for exercise big time for health. But what these hospitals should be doing is pointing out to us that if we stop the diabetes epidemic, then we'll be avoiding all these illnesses they're treating them for. I realize that might be not good for business, okay? It might reduce the amount of money they're making, okay? But they are hospitals. They're hospitals, okay? We're supposed to help people. This is not a machinery company, okay? Maybe a machinery of the human body. So what are the odds of us waking them up? Probably not good, but I'm waking you up, okay? When I speak on Martin Luther King Day about the diabetes, maybe join us, join our army. And what are our bullets? What are our bombs? Information. I'm about information and love and a hug, okay? Our bullets are information of how to prevent, stop, reverse it. Number one on the list, I would put we need to teach people how to eat right. But you know what they did in Germany? I saw a German lady recently where I see people for free at the Three Rivers Pharmacy like I did today about diabetes and addiction or whatever. Every Friday I do that. You can see me there by Concordia High for free. Yes, for free. As she said, in Germany, they have a federal law. She was telling me about her son. Federal law. So what do you do for a living? She says, I'm a teacher. What do you teach? She says, I teach children how to cook. Wow. Starting when? What age? Age 4. Age 4. I teach them how to cook and what to cook. Yeah. By the time they graduate from high school, she said, they're all cooks. How important is that? I mean, what a wonderful idea. So if the schools won't do it here, but we can encourage them. We're the taxpayers. We could tell them what to do, okay? But so many children now are overweight, and that will lead to type 2 diabetes. They're going to die young, and we need to change that. Dr. Kraft, the book I was referring to, studied, he was a pathologist. He looked at the real pathology in people who died, okay? Then he studied 14,000 people at the University of Illinois in 1975. He published this book, 2006, many other papers. And what he is saying is that the serum insulin is elevated years before the blood sugar is elevated or the glucose tolerance tests are abnormal. What do you mean, Dr. Cashman? Yeah. If you were to come to see me and you weigh, you don't have to be overweight, actually. You can be thin and still be diabetic, okay? Mm-hmm. Even type 2. It's your blood work. That's health, what your blood work is. But suppose you come to see me, and let's make it obvious, okay? You weigh 200 pounds, and your blood sugar is normal. Doctors today in this area would say, you're not diabetic. I say, wrong, wrong, wrong. We still don't know. Considering that person probably is overweight, you have to get a glucose tolerance test where you swallow 75 grams of sugar We get a fasting, 1 hour, 2 hour. Suppose that's normal too. Now, a lot of people that would be abnormal, indicating some elevation above 126, or at least pre-diabetes, 100, 126. Dr. Kraft would say there's no such thing as pre-diabetes. They're all on the path. So if your serum insulin's elevated, you're diabetic. So he doesn't even consider pre, because a lot of complications occur in pre-diabetes. Unannounced heart attacks, strokes. Half of heart attacks that occur today, the person grabs their chest and they die. Yeah. No warning, no angina, no hint. Boom, and they're dead. That's reality today that occurs on a regular basis. Okay, so your blood sugar's normal. So now this 200-pound person, we pull a glucose tolerance test. Swallow the sugar. We check fasting, 1 hour, 2 hour, and it's normal too. But you're not diabetic. Baloney, baloney, baloney. I still don't know what he should have had with the glucose tolerance. At the same time is an insulin tolerance test. You can do it at the same time. Fasting, 1 hour, 2 hour. If the serum insulin after 2 hours is greater than 40, you're diabetic. I always suggest double check everything. Yes, so now that person has no symptoms yet, okay? We caught them on the path to diabetes, normal blood sugar, fasting blood sugar, normal glucose tolerance. Your insulin's elevated. Remember, the insulin goes up trying to push sugar into the cell for energy. Sugar's normal, but the insulin's elevated. We teach that person to lose maybe 10% of their body weight and no diabetes. I added 30 years to their life. 25 years or so of disability avoided. What's the disabilities? Dementia, thyroid disease, blindness, amputations, unannounced heart attacks, strokes, renal transplants, liver transplants. I could go on and on, all prevented. Don't you think it's something we ought to do? Don't you think it's something that we ought to do? Okay? So I'm about information, okay? Rudy's War involves information. So let me describe some of the bullets to you, okay? Before I do that, though, in case you don't believe me, some racial groups have twice the rate of type 2 diabetes. Excuse me a minute. Must be allergic or something, because I don't have a cold. And diabetes and health disparities. Another book. They studied very carefully different racial groups and find that the black community has twice the rate of diabetes. Yeah. Also, Mexicans even higher. Asians, slightly higher. Yes. But what do I think? I think 70% of the white community has diabetes. Many are diagnosed. Probably 90% of the black community. Am I blaming the color of their skin? No, it's not because they're black. I think there's been some genetic change through slavery, because they fed them only sugar cane. That changed the genes a little bit. Plus, I think they may be eating different types of food because no one gave them the information. Although you got to say, the Martin Luther King Society decided to have me give the talk on diabetes. They know. I've never had the American Diabetic Association or one of the hospitals say they wanted to talk on it, because I'm on TV and radio all the time. You surely would notice. Okay? They're doing something about it, and I think it will lead to quite a bit of change in this community, because education is, the way to do it. So you yourself say, what do I do, Dr. Cashin? I tell you the simplest thing. You don't want to read a lot? Use this Joel Fuhrman's Quick Fix and Easy cookbook. He's a friend of mine, and I'm not financially involved in this book at all. But I recommend it because everything in there, you can just open it up. It's a picture of the meal and how to do it. Here we go, spicy corn and red pepper soup. Okay, So a lot of the fruit's delicious, smoothies, appetite, desserts, everything in there. You cook out of that for 6 weeks. If you're on the way to diabetes, 90% chance it'll be gone. Is that hard? No, it's not hard. You just get the book, you can get it online. I'm not financially involved with that. Actually, the original book that Dr. Fuhrman, because he's very motivated, because he knows it can be done. He's a doctor, just like me. We love people, okay? He wrote a book called End of Diabetes, Dr. Fuhrman, okay? Easy to read, has the recipes in it too, if you need more information. It's the hard copy, the original hard copy. It's got my name in the back, yeah, because I reviewed it for him. I thought it was a great book, and I'm friends with him. I have no financial relationship, just a matter of friendship, of knowledge. He also firing the same bullets that I'm firing. Another one, like in case you're still skeptical, Goodbye Diabetes by Dr. Wes Youngberg. Okay, I like confirmation. So I'm not the only one saying this out there. I give you many. I think it's probably all the books I'll hold up for you today, but Mark Hyman is another good reference. Michael Greger, another good reference. He'll send you an email every day. So I'm in this tank declaring war on diabetes with a lot of helpers. Information overload here. But the recipe book maybe is all you need. So testing. So you know what's going on. If you see family members, remember, there are people that are thin, they got diabetes too, but if they have somebody in the family with a pot belly, they're diabetic, 99% chance. Run the test. And if you're on the wrong test, it may not be. But if you get a serum insulin, you find it elevated, they lose 10% of the body weight, diabetes gone very quickly. You can avoid all these things which I spoke about. You can pick up a copy of one of these at the Three Rivers Pharmacy. Give this out for free. On the front is how to test it. On the back, I've got here a human figure with a lot of the diseases caused by diabetes, which I have in a big poster actually, where I see people in that office have it on a big poster, because once we know that heart disease, strokes, vascular disease, increased rates of cancer are from diabetes, they're not separate diseases, okay? They're not separate diseases. High blood pressure is the beginning of diabetes, because insulin affects and stiffens the arteries. That causes high blood pressure. It's a cause of it. So we shouldn't just medicate the heck out of the blood pressure. That's fine. We may need to do that. But at the same time, let's get rid of the root cause of it. The root at the bottom of the tree that's causing it. Eliminate that, the tree is going to fall down. Diabetes is going to fall down. I've written a spoken word on this, like poetry some people use on diabetes. I like to read a little bit of it to you in a spoken word diabetes. And I won't get through all this because we won't have enough time, but it summarizes sort of what I'm talking about, okay? If I ruled the world, every day would be preventing, stopping, reversing diabetes. It helps so many people. Start spreading the news. I'm sick and tired of it. Diabetes is diabolical, crippling, deadly. Dementia, amputations, blindness. Can it get any worse? I'll show you how to do it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Why? Get rid of it. It's a living hell. Blindness, dementia, loss of speech, paralysis, loss of teeth, heart attacks and strokes, amputations, toes, feet, and legs, Renal, liver transplant, 30 years of disability and died 25 years too young. 90% preventable. Opportunity. My BMI is sky high. Fly me to the moon. I might die. Wheat belly, beer belly, stress belly, pear shape, apple shape. We all hate. Judgment-free zone. It's the cause of it. Our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. It says in the Bible, Corinthians 6, chapter 19, we need to respect your body, respect your body, respect your body. Rudy's good news. Oh, what a wonderful world. It can be prevented, stopped, and reversed. Eradicate. Don't just medicate. I don't want you to respect diabetes. I want you to get rid of it. Eradicate, don't medicate. The time is now. Prevention, proven, powerful, possible. Heart attacks and strokes are no joke. Memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's disease are no breeze. Dialysis, paralysis are no fun. Amputation, dislocation, and you may be done. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Avoid vascular disease. Avoid vascular disease. Our body on fire, destroying our health. 100 million people are pre-diabetic and they don't even know it. Actually, it should just be called diabetic. They had the wrong test. Most undiagnosed. Get tested. We're blind to it. Inflammatory nation. Our cells are inflamed. Sugar's a booger and a hooker. I sure love a donut now and then. Sugar is a liponator, makes us fat. Many people have fatty liver disease, don't know it, had the wrong test. Kidney liver transplants are common in diabetics, all preventable. Don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. Sugar is white, sweet, addictive, and deadly. Sugar, I love you. Not really. I lost the taste for sugar, thank God. So Saccharine disease to please. Judkin and Cleve, two doctors in the 1970s, said it was deadly. The fat theory of disease won out. 50 years the government and medicine is telling us fat is the problem and ignored sugar. It was the other way around. It was the industry money. Yeah. That book's that well described that. The government, the CDC, NIH, American Heart Association, Ancel Keys promoted the fat theory of disease. All dead wrong, killed a lot of people. Sugar, fructose, and omega-6 fats are deadly. Okay? Deadly. Fructose corn syrup paid for by the government. They made it from corn. $40 billion they spend every year on it. Sweet, it's sweet, cheap. They made it so cheap that they could put it in a lot of sugary products, including soda drinks, and it's made us sick. As Dr. Lustig would say, we are fruct and cooked, because he's looking at a lot of these obese children. Not fit to eat, we are, Dr. Lustig says. Fructose, the evil twin, the sad diet of salt, fat and sugar. Sugary drinks, liquid white gold. Stop it. Sugar addiction and habituation. The Lex Luthor, the best part of desire, the quick fix, the sugar fix. The nucleus accumbens. I want my sugar. I feel great. I'm in heaven. Like a cigarette or a drink of alcohol. That's your pain. Chemically, there's one molecule difference to cocaine. Chemically, you look at it, one molecule difference, okay? The government supports the price. That's not nice. Avoid it. Sugar's the hooker, fructose the evil twin. Avoid it to be thin. Knowledge is everything. So how are we going to defeat this war of diabetes? Our bullets are information. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Nutrient-dense foods are color, not hard to swallow. Vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, no diet. Eat right and we'll be tight. The mosaic, the rainbow, the music, the symphony of interaction will get you well. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Fat is not all bad, so sad. Sugar's the enemy at the gate. That's what we hate. Omega-3, the good fats, are what we need. So we need some fat. Guacamole, some nuts are fine. Eat right, eat right. Salad, complex carbs, lean meat. Rudy's plate, no diet, 1/2 vegetables, 1/4 lean meat, 1/4 whole grain. Pick up the beat, take the heat. Maybe take up tap dancing like I do. To the Bee Gees. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Food restriction will not do it. Eat nutrient dense without suspense. Watch the fingers, the forks, and move the feet. Foods of color are your mother. Lose 10% of your bladder, and you will be well. We'll be done soon. Okay, do it. Give me a break. Delusion, denial is not for me. Live to be 100. 25 BMI is the number. Less pills to the ill. Commit, concentrate, continue. Do it, do it, do it. The golden opportunity. Kill prediabetes and diabetes. Proper testing, yearly screening, fasting blood sugar, serum, insulin, lipid profile, blood pressure and BMI, and a gluten test. Do it, do it, do it. Nuts and beans will slim your genes. Fiber's your friend in the end. Beans and mushrooms, salads, onions, nuts are the way. You'll be slim, you'll be slim. 5, 10 years to hell. Insulin resistance, step 1, the beginning of the path. Elevated insulin levels, step 2. Chronic diseases developing, you're on fire. Maybe having eye problems, and maybe having kidney problems, and they still haven't diagnosed you diabetic because they ran the wrong test, okay? And then eventually they tell you you're type 2 diabetic, but it's fairly late. So avoid sitting disease. Music and dancing are enhancing. Walk 30 minutes a day. Keep the doctor away. Walk a mile with a smile. Yoga and Tai Chi are for thee. Pick an exercise you enjoy. Walk, lift your feet, and sing a song. Baby, it's cold outside. Glad you dropped in. I beg you, I beg you. You can if you think you can. Church groups, friends are the secret sauce. Love is the answer, love is action, and love never dies. That's pretty much the end of my show. If you need a copy of the spoken word, or you want to learn to dance to it or sing it, I'll get it to you, and I'll even watch you or listen to you. I did this today here because I care about you. I'm a doctor, and this is a great opportunity to help a lot of people. So join my army, join Rudy's army, and remember our bullets are information, dancing, singing, love, and read my books, look at my YouTube shows. You can see me for free at the pharmacy on Friday mornings. 3 Rivers Pharmacy. I love you. Namaste.